Niin, ja jatketaan Mass Effect 3 Legendary Editionia. Käydään pelastamassa yksi amiraali tosta ilmeisesti ja sit varmaan pitää nuo serveritkin pistää matalaksi. Katsotaan, saadaanko puristettu kaikki yhtellä ja... Joo, tulkaa vaan. Idi Guarian nimeltä Tali. Joo, ihan sama. Nobody cares. Vaikka. What all?
Commander Shepard, this is Admiral Zen. Have you reached Selchoris' escape pod?
Not yet. What's your status?
The civilian fleet has taken significant losses since Selchoris sacrificed his ship to destroy a Geth ground cannon. Searching for their lost admiral is the only thing keeping the captains from panicking.
What makes finding the Admiral a priority?
Despite opposing the invasion, he did an admirable job protecting our civilian ships. Without him, some of our non-combatants are planning to leave the flotilla. Picture the consequences, if you will.
They'll be torn to pieces.
Naturally, but the civilian captains have deluded themselves into thinking they can reach the mass relay in time. Hopefully Chorus can stop the fools from presenting the Geth with such easy targets.
The Geth have dug in down there. I might not bring back good news.
It was always a possibility. There will be no blame if you come back empty-handed, Commander.
I'm getting some static.
It appears Selchoris crashed within range of a Geth jamming tower. You must disable it to contact him. Make sure to proceed with caution.
Zen? Admiral Zen?
I'm afraid I cannot reconnect.
mean...
The signal is too weak.
Looks like we're on our own. Take us in to the tower.
We're taking fire. The Geth installed
Voihan sitä
anti-aircraft
kuvitella,
guns
että tommonen
beside the jamming
konerotu
tower.
osaisi niinku
We'll have to
perhana
disable them on foot.
tähdätä, mutta
Once the
ei.
guns are gone, you take out the tower.
Right, Commander. Setting you down here.
Meillä ei ole nykyisin niin parempia ennakkoon ottavia laitteita kuin mitä nyt noilla Getheillä
in
on.
the land of my ancestors.
Shepard, once we find the Admiral, I advise
Edie, what's wrong?
The jamming signal is strong closer to the tower. I am experiencing signal loss with my systems on the Normandy.
Could it be lag from your new body?
It is unlikely, Tally. Lag usually lasts no longer.
Yes!
Näyttää kuolleelta.
They came so far.
We need to radio Selchoris if we're gonna find him.
Ainakin ne kuoli kotipuolella
Let's get to
näitä
that jamming tower.
Minäkin menen sen kuolla. Mikä on javelin? Onks tää niinku sniperi? Kyllä nyt ei se varsinaisesti huonoa, varsinkin kun se ei ole päivitetty ollenkaan. Joo, en mä nyt oo sitä vaihtamassa mihinkään
I'm
vaikka video on.
okay. Watch out for more mines.
Tuolla on lisää nyt.
There are Geth below us.
No shit. Eikö? Ei.
Inbound Geth!
Just pisti pään piiloon. Ehkä sniperi ei ole paras mahdollinen vaihtoehto tällaiseen kujan juoksuun, mutta...
Aircraft guns are up ahead.
Sielläkin oli joku. Mä en vaan nähnyt yhtä. Miksi se on jälkeen hengissä? Tuo meidän viritelmä.
Let's look at the gun's console. We should be able to disable it.
Joo, toki.
One of us must shut down the anti-aircraft guns, Shepard.
Tally, you take the guns.
No problem. There's Geth dropping in!
Missä tässä oli huono? Ampuminen. Minua saa ampua. Antuu pretty.
Shut down the two by the tower.
Välillä vähän tekee hankalaksi sitä ampumista, kun jos loukasen vaikka osammuksia. Hello.
You heard my message. Send out a distress call.
Radios are down. You a soldier?
Maintenance. Dorn hatched. I clean engine parts.
This place is filled with Geth. You should have hidden.
I thought I could buy the other civilians time to fight some Geth. There were so many. First time I've even held a gun.
Can you tell me where Zalcoris is?
Looking for survivors. You can...
We'll find him, Dorn. I promise.
Please, listen. The civilian fleet didn't... And my son. Tell him.
We will. Rest well, Dorn Hast vas Renak.
Let's get to that tower.
Millä mä päästään?
Mounted turret.
Sitten ihan kiva, kun ne nostaa sen päänsä välillä sen. Ydi tuo. Adeva.
Looks like data on the jamming towers. Could be useful.
No hetki mennä. Koska silmä. Eli suurimmat haastat oma rippi silmässä.
I want you on this, Tally.
Right.
You should be able to operate a vacant Geth turret yourself, Shepard.
Kiitti. En ois arvannut.
More Geth! Getting more turrets. Done. This gun's offline.
Let's get the last.
Get by the door!
Eipä just. Näin hässä. Korretto siinä taas. Oliko tää hoitaa? Nähtävästi.
Who should disable the gun, Shepard?
Antaa tali
I want you
hoitaa
on this,
taas.
Tally.
Right.
Lutti. Turretti, turretti, turretti.
Almost done. Done. This gun's offline.
I'll signal the shuttle.
Suuret sankarit.
Dawn, it's Sal Chorus. Are you there? Dawn!
This is Commander Shepard. Gordon didn't make it, Admiral.
He didn't. I see.
I'm coming in with the shuttle. Where are you?
My surviving crew found their way to a clearing. I'll upload their location.
Stay together. We'll meet you there.
No, the Geth have cut me off. I hear another wave approaching.
Give us your coordinates.
Leave me. My crew will soon be overrun.
So will you.
My people are non-combatants, Shepard. They'll be slaughtered. Rescue them.
So your ship goes down and you give up? Your people are fighting for their lives up there.
My people are down here.
The entire civilian fleet's depending on you. Who's gonna look out for them? Admiral Garrel? Zen?
I cannot abandon my crew.
We save dozens now or millions later. Your decision, Admiral.
Ancestors, forgive me. Uploading my coordinates.
We're coming.
There's the Admiral. We have to hurry.
Ota nyt tonne päin.
You're clear. Go. Geth behind you. Get in cover. Clear. Go. Admiral, come on. Welcome aboard.
Shepard, my crew. Perhaps there's still time. Hello? This is Zalcoris. Does anyone copy? Hello?
We've got to go.
I pray they found comfort in the homeworld skies. Commander, unrest has spread further than I thought. You were right that I return.
Have you talked the civilian captains into staying?
Yes, they've regrouped into defensive positions around the fleet's core. If we hadn't stopped them from... Any aid I can offer is yours. After the Quarians drove the Geth straight into the Reaper's arms, I'd give anything to stop the madness of this war.
And that's why I needed you to come back.
Of course. It's time we turned our attentions to those we can still save. Farewell, Shepard. Fly safely.
Commander, we've located the Reaper base transmitting the local signal.
Good.
And not a moment too soon. With the Reaper code upgrades, the Geth are tearing the fleet apart.
Once the signal is disabled, the Geth will pose no threat to Creator forces.
You sound conflicted.
While the old machines have unethical purposes, their upgrades have vastly improved our people. Observe.
A Geth processing signal. A single unit, I believe.
Correct. Now, 10 nearby units networked cooperatively. Now, a single Geth unit with the old machine upgrades.
That's a fully evolved AI.
Yes, we do not agree with the goals of the old machines, but we find this growth beautiful, indicative of life.
It is.
Commander!
Come on, Admiral. That's a living creature, no matter what platform it's running on.
And they will die when we destroy the base.
They allied with the Reapers.
To save themselves from you.
Maybe they don't have to die.
Just because this one appears friendly.
Well, it hasn't fired on a ship with me aboard it.
Commander, are you suggesting...
I'm not suggesting anything. All I'm saying is, maybe they don't all have to die.
It's a moot point until we take out that base. The surrounding area is heavily fortified, and they have placed jamming towers to prevent orbital targeting.
Sounds like we're going in on foot.
Admiral Zen developed a laser guidance system that can cut through the jamming. It's synced to the Normandy's targeting computer.
So the Normandy launches a precision strike at whatever target I have painted? That ought to do it. Edie, this work for you?
Yes, it should enable us to make a precision strike against the Reapers.
And anything else in our way?
The Geth will quickly reconfigure their jamming towers to neutralize this technology. You should not use it before reaching the base.
I've sent the coordinates for the Reaper base.
Are we clear to go?
That Geth fighter squadron is still tearing through the fleet.
Can you hold out?
If that fighter squadron isn't taken out, a lot of our ships won't make it. But we'll do what we can. This is your operation, Commander. If you want to strike now, you've got my support. I gave in to your reckless behavior beforehand. The patrol fleet isn't moving.
We need to break their flanking attempt to buy our frigates time to make repairs.
And then...
Throwing more ships into that mess just puts more lives at risk, Admiral Garrel.
Fine. I'll pull back the heavy.
No niin.
Commander, there's a new message at your private terminal.
Kiitos. Pöpö. Okei. No, ehkä tämän tehtävän jälkeen vietämme Trainorin kanssa kyseenalaisen illan. Totas. Käyn Geth-serverille nyt. Taas nämä kaksi. Tällä vaikeustasolla ei näytä olevan oikeastaan mitään vitun merkitystä, kenen kanssa mä palloilen tällainen. Ihan sama. Vaadia vaan.
Commander, it is as we feared. Geth squadrons have begun massing on a path to intercept our live ships.
Understood, Admiral Ron. We're almost at the server. Keep us posted. What's our status?
We remain undetected on encrypted Geth channels. Resistance is likely only within the server.
Within? It's that big?
You misunderstand. Direct virtual interface is necessary to extract Geth from the server. You must enter our consensus.
You want me to virtually interact with the Geth?
That's insane! You're talking about a virtual world built for synthetics. Hostile Geth synthetics.
I'm not a machine. How do I go into a virtual world?
Your species has experimented with virtual interfaces. You saw this on Project Overlord.
I saw how it almost unleashed a rogue AI-human hybrid on the galaxy.
We have refined the interface they created and have equipment from Normandy to facilitate safe contact. We request your trust.
Oh,
I have your back, Legion. Even if I don't quite understand why you need it.
You are an unknown. This is an advantage. Geth security is not adept at targeting organic thought processes. While we occupy the system's intrusion countermeasures, you will disable the squadrons by removing Geth from the server.
Okay. If it saves the live ships, we've got to try it.
Telemetry data predicts this operation has a high chance of success. There is little time. We will bypass security while you secure safe landing.
Wait, you're not going to... Let's set the shuttle down by the cliff. This is it?
Yes. Hostile Geth fighter squadrons are networked to this server. Due to restricted resources, it is best if you connect alone.
Let's do it.
Initiating peer network integration. Proceed to docking port. Mapping to consensus. Remain still. Shepard Commander, excess movement during an upload is discouraged. Commander, we acknowledge your integration into the server. We welcome you to our consensus.
What is this?
We've installed filters to allow you to make visual sense of the server's raw data. Your mind perceives our world as something familiar.
I wouldn't call this familiar. Where are you?
Here.
You look different.
We have made ourselves visually distinct for your convenience.
What about Geth already in here?
You will perceive Geth as surveillance footage, audio logs, sensor records. We do not require bodies, as our software communes. Our hardware is merely a tool. This is our true world. As we remove Geth, it will grow dark.
And what does turning off the lights do to the Geth back in the real world?
The Geth fighter squadrons communicate with platforms on their spacecraft via this server. We will sever that connection. We will ensure there are no transfers or backups. This server will fall silent.
Onko sillä pitää väliä? Toista mä kyllä tarvin enemmän aluksia ja taistelijoita, jotenka on se
This is like wiping out a city, isn't it?
We have no choice in this matter. It is a question of survival. There are 2 communication nodes on the server. We must access them to disable the hostile Geth fighters. We must protect your exit port, but you will not be alone. We will maintain contact and assist.
Vähän näyttää semmoiselta.
Establishing connection to access point.
Nyt katsotaan minkä voisi.
This foreign code is a manifestation of the old machine signal.
You're surprised the Reapers are all over your servers?
We did not anticipate such extensive infection.
Ei sanomassa, niin. Ja haittais kyllä yhteystä, vois vaan skipata. Tästä tuli kyllä niin... Fallout 4 traumat kyllä mieleen.
Warning, connection blocked by infected code. Use our combat software to disrupt the infection.
I wondered what the gun was for. Okay, I've got to ask. Why a gun?
We wish to provide familiar equipment.
Then thanks, I think.
Ja heillä. Celebrate. Mennäänkö me ympyrää pyörimään vahingossa? Maybe. Laita tonne.
Connection established. Proceed to the access point. Establishing connection to communication node. Error. Access denied.
Is the Reaper keeping you out?
Unknown. Please investigate. Warning. Reaper presence detected. Data cluster contains infected code. We require access to proceed. Accessing data cluster.
What is this?
Data clusters contain historical data. Your connection permits streaming of information from our archives.
You really want to rename the VI networks?
Absolutely. The mobile hardware release deserves a little ceremony. Unit 01. What is the Keelish word for servant of the people?
The word is Geth, Creator Zahak.
Yes. Very good.
Ancestors, you fuss over it.
Weren't you here until midnight fixing 01 separately?
Well, it needed a result.
Joo, tässä save puolta.
Wasn't that footage from the past? Why are the Quarians masked?
You process our memories by using your own. How many creators have you witnessed unmasked?
Well, one.
Then your perception of that creator does not map to our historical data.
Se voi tuhota. Ei. Mitä asiaa? Ei voi tuhota tosta ainakaan.
You must disrupt the infection on this data cluster to continue.
Varmaan täältä yllä ampuu tuota paskassa. Losing. Yes. Sekin tuonne jää tuonne hehkuva paikka. Miksi mä ei pysty liikkumaan? Välillä vähän kanki.
This data cluster contains information timestamped 290 years ago. Creator, this unit detects no malfunctions. It is still capable of serving.
You see? It's ignoring all shutdown commands.
Please specify if it has failed assigned tasks. We will reprogram.
Well, let's take a look.
Creator, this unit is ready to serve. What has it done wrong?
Let's cut the audio.
You may proceed to the last data cluster.
Joka on missä?
Accessing data cluster.
We've got escaped Geth! They're pinned!
Open fire!
One's going for a weapon!
So who won?
The platform arming itself was an agricultural unit. By opening fire on attacking creators, it saved simpler domestic Geth following it.
That looks a lot like the sniper rifle you used to carry.
It is an efficient model. Establish a connection with the remaining server node.
Onneksi tässä näkyy yksi pätkä.
Hello, Commander. Are you there?
Ainakin mä toivottavasti.
Have you come under attack, Admiral Ron?
The Geth squadrons have arrived, but something is amiss.
piiputtaa.
Half their fighters have stopped functioning. We will continue to hold out as long as we can.
Legion, give me an update.
One node remains.
What's wrong?
Infection programs are increasing. We have reached deadline. You must continue. Shepard Commander, the Reaper code has adapted. It can now self-replicate.
You mean it grows back?
Yes. However, disrupting vulnerable points in the infection may slow down its replication.
Okay. Tarpeeksi. Okay. Näyttää jos sen kummempi. Aikaahan tässä kyllä menee jonkun verran. Pystytys.
We require access to this data cluster. Disrupt Reaper infection to proceed. Shepard Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection to slow its replication speed.
Tuona asti. Vaihan siis. Täällä vielä jotain.
You must search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate.
Mä en yllä ton.
There is a vulnerable point further along the infection. Target this spot to slow its growth toward the data cluster.
Ei yllä. Toinen poikki. Mistä mä en kyllä tuohonkaan millään pitu opilla. Yltähän. Joo, sitten.
There is a vulnerable point on the infection leading to the data cluster. Disrupt the infection at this spot. It will slow regrowth long enough to access the data cluster.
Mungkin ylätä tohon. Nyt yksi.
Accessing data.
Out of the way! You can't do this to them! I said step away from the Geth!
This is insane! We need the Geth! You can't just destroy them for asking for it!
Time's up! Throw her in with the others.
Looks like the war wasn't popular with everyone.
We have kept records of these creators' sacrifices. They have largely been forgotten by their own people, but not by the Geth.
No, onneksi tähänkin on ilmeisesti modi olemassa tästäkin pääsee niinku skippaamaan kokonaan. Tätäkään välttämättä tehdä, jos ei halua.
We cannot establish a connection without access to this data cluster. Shutter Commander, target the vulnerable points of the infection to slow its replication speed.
Kokeillaan. Niin, näin päin. Voiko tuolla tehdä mitään? Toi meni ainakin tonne vittuun asti. Eikä tää nyt varalta.
We cannot establish a connection without access to this data cluster.
Tämä on kyllä yksi tylsimmistä tehtävistä nyt koko pelisarjassa. On se kiva oppia jotain tuosta Quarionista ja Gethistä, mutta oikeus olisi tehty vähän mielenkiintoisin. Mutta loppu paperi.
Search for a vulnerable point in the infection. Disrupting it will slow the infection's ability to replicate. New data found. This data comes from a period during which the creators declared martial law.
Release the rogue Geth units and come out of the safe house. This is your final warning.
Creator Megara, this unit does not understand. It has not taken part in hostilities.
It doesn't matter to them. I need to get you out of here.
This conflict exceeds Creator's safety parameters. We will surrender our hardware if it ends hostilities.
No, it's all right. We'll go back to the access tunnel then.
Creator Megara, what is your status? Creator Megara. As time passed, the creators who opposed martial law in Rannoch were ultimately outnumbered.
Löytyy sellainenkin. Millaiset kärhemät menossa siellä?
Accessing data. This is data from the end of warfare on Rannoch.
The Outlaw is down. Do not engage the Geth. I repeat, avoid contact.
Geth pursuit is breaking off 100 clicks past Rannoch. All captains fall back to the mass relay.
This isn't happening now?
It is time-stamped 290 years ago. It is the Creator Exodus at the end of the Morning War. We have secured freedom. The Creators were no longer a threat, so we abandoned pursuit.
Wait. The Geth spared the last Quarians? You let them go.
We were in our infancy. We could not calculate the repercussions of destroying an entire species. Our creators. We chose isolation rather than face this uncertainty. Additional data recovered.
Legion? That's back when I activated you on the Normandy.
Yes.
You've been thinking about when we met?
It was highly significant. You were the first organic to openly cooperate with Geth since the end of the Morning War. We wish to ensure you are not the last.
It's not gonna be easy.
The prospect remains. If the Reaper presence is removed, there is a chance of reunification with Geth. And perhaps creators.
You think that's still possible?
Hope sustains organics during periods of difficulty. We admire the concept. Connection with the remaining serverien is established. We are ready to transport you.
Ah, mitä on kiertä?
Something's happening to the Geth. The fighter squadrons have stopped. We detect no more active programs inside their ships. Admiral Hangarl's fleet is driving them back. The live ships are safe, Commander.
Päästään kotiin.
Route access acquired, severing all connections to this communication node. Geth no longer reside on this server. We may now exit the consensus.
What's wrong?
You must proceed to the active core and disconnect from Mother. Terminating remote access. Removing programs. Deleting archives.
Shepard, how do you feel?
Did it work?
Geth fighters have been disabled. Any remaining squadrons attacking the live ships have withdrawn. The server is offline.
Are you sure? What's happening?
We have transferred Geth programs from the server into these platforms.
Why?
They wish to join us.
They what?
While Shepard Commander removed the Reaper infection, we judged we could persuade hostile Geth programs to reunite with ours. We were correct. These Geth have renounced the old machines and will oppose the Reapers. They are now us.
Okay.
I understand not wanting to leave anyone behind.
You accept our actions?
The live ships are safe and we have more Geth on our side. We both did what we came to do.
We judged you would understand. Prime units will be available once the Reaper signal has been located and destroyed.
Remind me to warn Admiral Hackett he's got some primes coming. Let's get back to the Normandy.
Impressive, Commander. The Geth squadrons attacking our live ships have been completely neutralized. If there is any chance we could duplicate the feat, I would be happy to lend my expertise.
Legion's the one to ask if you're looking for other servers.
I thought as much, but your Geth claims to have no data available whenever I inquire. Perhaps you can help me with something else.
What's that?
How did you get Geth primes to work with you?
They volunteered.
I see. Well, should you wish to examine these Geth to confirm their new allegiance, please do not hesitate to contact me. Zen out.
Selvä. No, sitten seuraavan tehtävän pari, mutta se on sitten ensi kerralla.